Morning 7 a.m. batch is completed. So because I took it up to 9 o'clock, so that's why it is little delayed. Okay. So as usual, tomorrow onwards, I will continue up to. Will start up at 9:10 itself. Okay. Online students, am I audible now? So now we'll go to today the most important topic. So coming to the files, files in files in 1 minute, students. Okay. So files or streams in Python. Next topic, files or streams in Python. So first year, before entering into that, we need to go for index. So here, who knows C language? Who knows C language here? Who knows C language? Don't know. Girls, you don't know C language? చెప్పండి మా డోంట్ నో తెలియదమ్మా మీకు లాస్ట్ స్టూడెంట్ వస్తా ఉండి మొబైల్ ఏదో చూసుకుంటున్నారు ఫీల్ అవ్వకూడదు నేను అడిగిందని సమాధానం చెప్పాలి సి లాంగ్వేజ్ తెలుసా తెలుదమ్మా డోంట్ నో తెలుగు వచ్చా తెలుగు సి లాంగ్వేజ్ రాదా వచ్చు మీకు ఐ నో ఓకే ఎనీ సో ఇంకిత్ అనికేత్ ఐ నో బట్ దట్ ఇస్ ద వరస్ట్ ఆఫ్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఓకే వెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ నాలెడ్జ్ వేస్టా అంటే డబ్ల్యూఈఎస్టీ మీన్స్ ఐ డోంట్ నో వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అంకిత్ I need to know west of knowledge or waste of knowledge. Rohit. No C language, but I don't know anything. Okay. Rohit Kumar. Aniket. So, because that meaning west WEST, east, west, north, like that it is looking like. So I need to know. So, any of students in C language, there is a concept called what? Files. Do you know that? చెప్పండి మీకు తెలుసు డోంట్ నో సి లాంగ్వేజ్ యూ డోంట్ నో యూ నో బట్ యూ డోంట్ నో సో నో ప్రాబ్లం now I'm going to enter into the whatever is happened, no need to worry about it. So today is the 8/11/2024. When this chapter is getting completed, will become wonder. I'll do one mini project also you will do in this, and you will become so powerful in this area. Let me talk about the index. Shall I teach deeply or up and down? Deeply. Even if you don't tell, I will deeply only I will explain. Just I'm asking you. So let me start. First one, purpose of purpose of files. Purpose of files. Next, just look at the index. The index will give you superpower in your body. Types of applications. Types of applications. There I will talk about non-persistent, non-persistent applications, non-persistent applications. B, persistent applications, persistent applications. So next I will talk about types of applications, non-persistent applications. Definition of files, definition of files and streams. Definition of files and streams. So next we'll talk about it. Next we'll talk about it. Types of files. Types of files. There we'll talk about text files. B is called binary files. Binary files. Binary files. Before that, we'll talk about operations on files. Operations on files. There we'll talk about write operation, write operation, and B is called read operation. Read operation. So steps also we will discuss, and next we'll discuss about. Okay, this comes under discussion about concept based here. This is first level always what? Concept based. Next we'll talk about file opening modes. File opening modes. There we will talk about it. There we will talk about it. First one or second one we'll talk about W. Third one we will talk about A. The fourth one we'll talk about R plus. Next we'll talk about fifth one W plus. Sixth one we'll talk about A plus. Seventh one we'll talk about very recently added, that is called X. One more is one more is that is called X plus. These are file opening modes. Very, very important. Next, followed by number of approaches, number of approaches to open the file, to open the file, to open the file. There we will talk about it by using open off, by using open off. Here by using with open off as approach, followed by programming examples. Programming examples. Next, we'll talk about file pointer attributes. File pointer attributes, and followed by, of course, programming examples there itself. So this is about another level. Another level. Next, we will talk about it because these are very, very important. Generally, most of the people will talk about R and W only. They'll say R for read, W for write, over. Chapter is closed. Next, these are very important. If I take an interview, I will ask these things. Last two things I will ask. First, extreme I will ask. If they don't know, come to middle. Middle they don't know. I'll check for the basic. Basics are knows, not fit for that. Directly we'll go for the upper level. Next, I'll go for writing the data to the file. Writing the data to the file. There I am talking about function name called write off, function name called write lines of, followed by programming examples. Programming examples. Reading the data from files. There we will talk about it. Read function. Next is called what read lines function. Next we will talk about it. Random access file. Random access file. Random access file. So there I will talk about it. Working with random access file. Working with a random access file. There we will talk about it. Seek function. B is called a tell function, followed by programming examples. Programming examples. So here, programming examples. Here I am talking about programming examples. Right? Done. This is about programming examples. Done. So next I will go for another kind of thing. We are going to enter into that. Another part of it. After finishing that, the most important advanced part, pickling and unpickling operations. Unpickling, unpickling, unpickling concepts. Unpickling concept. Or it is also known as what object serialization. Object serialization. It is also known as what? Object deserialization. Object deserialization. Concept is object deserialization. There I will deal with working with pickle module. Pickle means not mango pickle. Pickle means not mango pickle. It's programming. Next is called what? Pickle module. There I will talk about it. A function called what dump function, and one more is called load function. Load function, followed by programming examples. Very, very important topic. This is the most important part, advanced to the file programming. Next, still, actually, I can satisfy you here itself. Once if I explain, you'll say, okay, I know files very well, you will feel. But if you know all these things and if you go to interview, you will become star in the interview. If you read the notes, if you don't read, when I'm going to come to the class watching mobile, watching YouTube shorts, reels, if you do it, even if I say plenty of index, no use. Both boys and girls, you must remember this. So once you are in the class, you should read the notes. You should not touch the mobile. It's my advice. నేను ఇప్పుడు గర్ల్స్ చెప్పలేదు ఈరోజు. నేను అనుకుంటున్నా గర్ల్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ సిన్సియర్ ఇన్ రీడింగ్ ద నోట్స్. ఆల్ ఆఫ్ సడన్ వెన్ ఐఎమ్ కమింగ్ ఆన్ ద వే షీ ఈస్ వాచింగ్. బాయ్స్ ఆర్ యూ వాచింగ్? రీడింగ్ నోట్స్? గుడ్ బాయ్స్. Girls also good only, but today I've seen with my eyes now. That's why. Okay. Anyhow, let's move to the further. After that, working with CSV files, very very important, most important. When you go to Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, very important. Actually, you don't know, but still we'll talk about it. It's nothing but what implementation of CSV module, CSV module, CSV module. There we are talking about it. Inside of it, we will talk about it. Something like CSV dot reader of, CSV dot reader of. Next, CSV dot writer of, CSV dot writer of. CSV dot dict reader of, dict reader of. D, CSV dot dict writer of, dict writer of, dict writer of. Followed by programming examples, programming examples. Creation of CSV file through Python programming. This is another one. This is another level. Next is called what you know? Another one. Working with JSON files. JSON. Do you know JavaScript? Do you know JavaScript? Do you know JavaScript? Going on. Starting 1 or 2 days. 1 day. Hmm? 1 day before started. Okay. So others, girls, do you know JavaScript? తెలుసా లేదమ్మా? తెలుసా? సార్ అడుగుతాడేమో, క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతాడేమో, అదే ఒక బాధ ఒకటి. ఇఫ్ వీ నో, ఈ మే ఆస్క్ సమ్ క్వశ్చన్, మెయింటైనింగ్ సైలెన్స్ లైక్ ఎ స్టాచ్యూ లైక్ దిస్. అది కాదు కదా. యూ నీడ్ టు టెల్ వెన్ యూ గో టు అన్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ దే విల్ ఆస్క్ యూ, డూ యూ నో పైథాన్? వాట్ యూ సే? ఎస్ ఆర్ నోనా? ఎస్. డోంట్ ఫియర్, ఫేస్ ద ఛాలెంజ్. కరెక్టే కదా? డూ నో జావా స్క్రిప్ట్? నాకల్ని ఎందుకు చూస్తారు చెప్పండి. డూ యు నో ఆర్ నాట్? యు నో. ఓకే, గుడ్. నౌ నెక్స్ట్ ఐ విల్ గో టు implementation of JSON files with JSON module. There I will talk about it. See, JSON dot something like loads. JSON dot dump. Next is called what do you know? JSON dot load. Followed by programming examples. This is another mechanism. See the number of files. Because when you go to any of the analysis phase, data analytics, data science level, if you go, these are the very, very important. Next, last, working with OS based operations. Working with OS based operations. Here I am going to talk about it. Implementation of OS based operations with implementation of OS based operations with which module? OS module. There I am going to talk about it. So many functions are there. but I'm not writing all of them. So this is about concept of what? Files. Are you following me? So see this entire thing. If you want to learn it, you must be full dedication in the class or not. So I can say this is only the files I can say. I can satisfy you fully. And these things, if I don't tell, then you will be problem. And if you see this entire content of this anywhere else, our content is so beautiful, right? Compare. Always try to search it. Everywhere else you try to see, and we'll move to the further. Okay. So one more thing. Coming 13th, 13th. That is now Wednesday, I think so. November 13th, Wednesday, no? Wednesday, new Python batch is starting. Full stack Python is starting at 7 a.m. again. Again, 7 a.m. new batch is starting. Any friends or somebody is there? Because some of the online students asked about new batch timings, which is starting November 13th, morning 7 a.m. Anybody is there? You can intimate. Shall we start up? Right. So let us start about this index. Let us save this code. So here I'm going to take up. So 9 a.m. Go to this place, files, files, and in this I'll go to the index, in this nodes and index. So index of files, index of files. So I'm going to talk about it. Start students. Now I'm going to introduction to files. Before introduction to files, I would like to talk about types of applications in files. Types of applications. I can write it. So take care. Now let us move to the further. Students, if we come to the programming which we discussed so far, last class example you take it, ATM application, that project related things we did. If you run that code, minimum balance starts from where? 500. So that day transaction done. Next day, if I run my code once again, it will start the balance from where itself? 500 only. That means irrespective of the yesterday's closing balance, it always starts running from where? Minimum balance is 500 only. Did you understand my point? So that indicates the transaction data not stored permanently. Here two things are coming. One is data storing permanently. Data storing permanently. So I'm going to write it. Data storing permanently, data storing temporarily. These are the two things which are going to come. Data storing permanently, data storing temporarily. So here temporary storage, temporarily storing. There are two things are available. Data storing temporarily, and one more is called what? Data storing permanently. Any type of application stores the data temporarily. We call it as what? Non-persistent applications we can call. I'm introducing the vocabulary for you students. Try to get it. Non-persistent applications. Spell out. Right. Any type of data which you are storing permanently, that is called what? Persistent applications we can call. So how many types of applications? Two types. One is non-persistent applications, persistent applications. In non-persistent applications, what happens? I'll write a small diagram. Please observe everybody. In non-persistent application development, we read the data. This is called keyboard. We read the data. We read the data from the keyboard. We read the data from the keyboard. That data is getting stored in the memory. That data getting stored in the main memory. That is getting processed it, and whose result will be displayed on the monitor. So how do you read the data from the keyboard? By using input of getting stored in the memory, and whose result is processed internally and getting displayed on the monitor. That is nothing but we are using which statement? Print statement. This type of process so far we did. Reading the data from the keyboard, getting stored in the memory, we process the logic, and whose result will be displayed on the monitor. That is known as what here? This is what we can call it as non-persistent applications we can call. Non-persistent applications we can call. That is perfect. So all our previous examples comes under non-persistent. Good. Coming to, remember the diagram. Come to, when I say non-persistent means what is the flow between keyboard to main memory to the processing, and processing result will be displayed on the monitor. So any type of data stored in stored in main memory of the computer, main memory of the computer, main memory of the computer, that type of that type of main memory of the computer, that type of data is a temporary or permanent. That is a temporary. That is a temporary. Any data stored in main memory is called what? Temporary. Whose results also temporary. Whose results also temporary. That's why this main memory is known as what? Volatile memory, we can say. In the beginning days, I said to you, two types of memories are there. One is main memory, secondary memory. What data stored in main memory is what? Temporary. Whose results are available as long as power is on. Once the stand up, yes, you are good. Sleeping. Correct? Sleeping, not sleeping. You are saying like this and not sleeping. Stand here. For everything, Lisa. Do you know C language? You know C language, I know. But for everything, Lisa, not, that is a wrong activity. You know C language? You know, you are laughing means you know. You need to say, sir, I know, I forget, sir, you need to say. Correct or not? You know C language? That means you know C language, but you forget. Forgetting is different thing. That you leave it. If you listen like that, yesterday only I want to make you to stand up, but I don't leave, don't sleep, mom. Don't sleep in the class. If you sleep in the class, then what is the use of coming to the class? You tell me. Stand back, sit for a few minutes, so your sleep will go. Any friend is there for you? Your friend, huh? Is listening perfectly, and he is also fearing. Are you friend? And now you are saying friend. Actually, you said you want to say not a friend. Friend, huh? Why is sleeping then? You don't know. About friend, you need to know everything. Okay, stand properly. Stand not like this. What is this standing like this? Is it punishment or what? No, stand like that. Don't move here and there. Now come to the point. Yes, I get very much irritation when you sleep in the class. These days, I don't know. At least 4 or 5 people are under sleeping state only. Why? Up to night 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, keeping bed sheet and watching YouTube. Correct, girls? Girls, correct? Sir, how you know this? 2 years back, I went 11 o'clock near to Amirpet. One of my relative want to be in the hostel. He said, actually, I said him, actually, she's a girl. Actually, I said to that girl, she's very close relative to us, be in my home. My home, I said. She said, no, no, no. She said to her mother, "No, I don't be there. Their mother is very close to our relative. I said, be in our home. She said, no. Mother asked to that girl, why? Because I'm there now. So every day I will ask, are you reading or not? Or some pressure will be there. No, no, I will be there. I will be there only. Okay, let it be. She will be in the hospital. I went to personally hostel to see how that hostel environment and all. They actually after my class I went. So here and there we went to relatives' house in Kukatpalli. After that we came here. It is a 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock like. We went to one hostel, to the girls' hostel. Actually they said only girls are allowed inside to see. But somehow they said, okay, go. Parents like all relatives. When we went there, total lights off. But in the bedsheet, some light is coming. Some light is coming. What is that light? I have wondered. And my relative, that girl mother, she asked me, brother, what is that lights? Without light, what is that light? I said to that, sister, you see, all girls are watching mobile in the keeping bedsheet and watching. This is something like, so I look at her. She's not looking at me. She's saying to mother, it's a normal, quite natural, she's saying. So like that. If they watch like that, the next day class, what they will do? Sleeping only, no? Actually, sleeping is important for you. Sleep in the proper time. Mobile watching, a lot of time is there now, students. Read well and move to the further. Sit down. Don't sleep again. Next time if you sleep, I'll call you here. Be careful. Now come to the point of it. So come to main memory data is what? Temporary. As long as power is there, result will be available. Once result power is off, result will be out. Are you getting me? Now, in the present world, take any kind of sector. Financial sector, you take it. Financial sector, you take it. You take marketing sector. Marketing sector, you take it. You take HR sector, you take it. You take educational sector, you take it. Educational sector. You take every organization, any organization, you take it. Any organization, you take it. What is the most important factor to take effective decisions? Data. Are you following me? So this type of data to be stored permanently or temporarily? Permanently. So to store this data permanently, what is compulsory required? What is compulsory required? Some programming is required. Some mechanism of saving the data permanently required. To store the data permanently, we got the programming approaches called what? Two types of programming approaches are there in the real world, in all the languages, all the times in the life. What is the first one? By using files. By using files. Second one is called what? By using RDBMS. RDBMS database softwares. By using RDBMS database softwares. By using RDBMS database softwares. By using RDBMS database softwares. Files. Some drawback is there. And don't think that Python files are having tremendous importance is there in the software field. And why I go for RDBMS, I am going to tell you. Now only I am telling to you, install Oracle in your laptop. MySQL also you make it ready, because when I start Oracle with Python with Oracle communication, that time if you start installing Oracle and all, some problem will come. Now only make your laptops ready. Before 1 week, I am telling to you, make your laptops ready with Oracle as well as MySQL. Make it ready. Now, come to the point of it. What are the files and RDBMS database softwares are the mechanisms to get the data persistency. To store the data permanently, we need to go for which concept? Files as well as what? RDBMS database softwares. Any type of organization want to store the data permanently, behind the backend programming, there is a concept of files will be there. There is a concept of database is there. To store the data permanently, we need one language. That language is called Python. Now we are using C language also you can use. Java also we can use. Any language you can use. But Python is the best language to deal with the files and database softwares in a more elegant manner. Such a type of applications, what you are storing permanently, are called what here? Persistent applications we can call. What do you mean by persistent applications? Persistent applications are those whose date which are permitted to save the data permanently either in the files or in the RDBMS database softwares. Are you following? So by default, what we did, we read the data from the keyboard, we stored in the main memory, we processed it, and we displayed the result on the monitor. That is called what? Non-persistent. What is persistent? We read the data from the keyboard, stored in main memory, we process the data, result is there, na? That result is stored permanently by using files or database software. That is where our files concept will start. Take school, you take a school, educational sector, colleges, universities. All your data was stored permanently or not? Permanently or temporary? So that means if you go for any educational sectors in the further, for verification, it will be verified your graduation and all or not. Those graduation details are available permanently. That kind of things are done with data persistent applications only. You take any marketing sector, HR rounds, and then banks you take it, insurance organizations you take it, automobile sectors you take it. Every organization you take students, they are going to store the data permanently by using either files or RDBMS software. So, what is the use of files? That is my first question. The use of files is to get what? Data persistency. What do you mean by data persistency? To store the data permanently. Is called data persistency. Why do you learn files? Tell me. To get the data persistency. What is meant by persistency? Storing the data permanently. What is the use of exception handling? To build the robust applications. Data validations we do. You've seen data, a lot of data validations are not. What is the use of packages, modules, functions? Every chapter will have some aim or not. That aim you have to remember always. People will ask you, what is the use of files? First question. The purpose of files concept is to store the data permanently. Any program, if I write using files, we call it as persistent application. Persistent means storing the data permanently. How many types? Non-persistent, persistent. In non-persistent, data read from keyboard, stored in main memory, processed in main memory, and whose result displayed on the monitor. All our previous examples comes under non-persistent. Persistent you come. Read the data from keyboard, process it, and that result you put it in where? Permanently. By two approaches. One is by using files, one more by using. So when you went for first time Aadhaar registration, they typed everything and shown to you now. That is there in the main memory only. And once you confirm that everything is correct, they will put your data into the database. Correct or not? So what is that meaning is Aadhaar card is called what? Permanent data storage now? Something like that. We are going to talk about it. Introduction to the types of applications. How many types? Two types. One is non-persistent and persistent. So students, a small diagram I would like to tell you. Already I said you, and once again I am telling this now. Once again I am telling now. A very easy students, coming to the point back. Here I am going to take up. See students, this is comes under non-persistent. This is comes under non-persistent. This is comes under persistent here. What is the persistent place available? One is files are available. One is called files are available. One more is called what? Database is available. Database is available. Tell me students, here I am going to write it. This is my computer. This is my computer. There I am going to take up from the keyboard. I am reading the data by using input function. The data is available in the memory in the form of objects. In Python, everything stored in the form of object. Processed it, whose result will be displayed on the monitor. This is known as what? Non-persistent applications we can call. That non-persistent application results are ready. That results I am going to keep it in where? In where? Persistent layer I am going to. In the persistent layer, what will be happening? Either I can store the data in the file or I can store the data in the database. From the file or database, I will be getting into where again? Main memory. So this is called main memory. This is called what? Secondary memory. So two memories I am using. One is main memory, one more is. So all persistent applications related data stored in the file or in the database, they themselves are present in where? Secondary memory. Secondary memory is nothing but hard disk. First, student should have the clarity about two things. Main memory, separate view is required. Secondary memory, separate view is required. So in secondary memory, who will be there? Secondary memory contains what? Files and database. So I'm going to store my data in where? Files and database of which memory? Good. Main memory is going to contain the data temporarily. This is called which application development? Persistent application development. Clear or not clear? Anything you want to store permanently, you have to compulsory reach to the secondary memory. In the secondary memory, which is a programming concept? File or database. Okay, we will store it. Next, if you want to do any changes in the file data or something, you have to get the data back to where? Main memory. Do the changes. Once again, put it into the original place. Are you getting or not? Simple. A human being brain is called like a main memory. A human being your book is called which memory? Secondary memory. So which memory data is permanent? Book data, what you are writing is permanent. What is there in your brain, you may forget after 2 days or 3 days. It's a quite natural. That's why book is coming into picture for storing the data permanently. So the overall conclusion is a separate projection is required in your brain. Main memory, secondary memory. Data beginning entered into which memory? Main memory. Processing in where? Main memory. Whose results are displayed on where? Monitor. That is which application? Non-persistent. In persistent, what will happen? Reading the data from keyboard, stored in main memory, we will process it. Whose result stored permanently in where? Files of secondary memory or database of secondary memory. Only secondary memory is a wrong answer. Files of secondary memory, database of secondary memory. These two things must be clear first of all. Clear? Huh? So why are you learning files and databases? To store the data permanently? Because in project level, this is very important. Online students, up to here, am I clear? Quick, am I clear up to here? Everybody. Now I will move to the further. I will show you a small example here. Small documentation, small small notes I want to show you. Here I am going to tell you about the types of applications in file. Come on, read out quickly. I want to go for it. Read out everybody. The purpose of files in any programming language is that to maintain data persistency. The process of storing the data permanently is called data persistency. In this context, we can develop two types of applications. They are non-persistent applications, persistent applications. In non-persistent applications development, we read the data from keyboard stored in main memory in the RAM of in the form of object process state whose result displayed on the monitor. All our previous examples comes under non-persistent applications. We know that data stored in main memory is temporary. In persistent application development, we read the data from keyboard stored in main memory in the form of object processed whose results stored permanently. In industry, we have two types to store the data permanently. They are by using files, by using RDBMS database softwares like these many. Okay, now this is a separate I will explain. First, I am going to talk about the files. So, data persistency by using files. Understood? So, what is the use of files? Once again, confirm everybody. What is the use of files? To store the data. That is called achieving data persistency. Spell out. Right. Now I'm going to enter into the data persistency by using files. So I'm going to write it. Data persistency by using files. Here I'm going to write it. Students. There I'm going to talk about it. Introduction to files. Introduction to files. Have you heard about any time in my class files? Have you heard about any time in my class files? Where you heard about files in my class every day. Whenever I write my Python program, what I am giving to that Python program? File name with an extension called .py. Okay now? So first thing you need to know about what now? File name. You need to know about file name. That is called what is file name. First point. What is a file name? First point you need to know about it. Second point you need to know about it. What is file name? Number one. Number two, files resides in. Files resides in. That is one more you need to know. Next, you need to know about what? Purpose of files that you already understood. That you already understood. Next, you need to know about what? Definition of file. Definition of what? File. Definition of file. These 4 points, if you know now, things completed. And the concept building is what done. Now I'm going to take it. What is a file name? Can I show you now? Suppose I typed some explanation here. This is present in where right now? This is present in where right now? It is there in the main memory only. If power is gone, this data will be immediately removed. Right or not? What we do generally? What we do? We go for file, save. I will click on save. When I say save, it is opening one window, student. It is opening one window. What is opening here? C drive, D drive. These are all called what? Partitions in my hard disk or not? These are called partitions in hard disk. Go to in D colon or in E colon or in C colon, wherever you like it. Now I'm going to take up in E colon, for example, in E colon I'm taking. In this E colon, go to 9am folder. In the folder, I will save this kind of thing. Observe it now. I'm giving what here? I'm giving what here? See, file name. What is this I'm giving? Untitled. Here I'm going to give you the name to this file. What I'm going to write it? Simple like file explanation I'm going to give. What is this file exp? Is a name of the file. Where is this file name? Why are you giving first of all file name? Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or after 10 days, or any number of days, if I want to view my content, any day if I want to view it, I need to give some name or not? That's why you are going to give the name, and this file name resides in which memory? Resides in which memory? Secondary memory. Because I'm going to keep it into C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive, and etc. My file names are residing in where? Secondary memory. In the secondary memory, my file name is one of the named location. Always remember about the file name. Tell me, what is the file name? It is one of the named location. In which memory? Come on, quickly come out of that. Now I'm going to give you this explanation here. What is the file name? What is the file name? Come on. It is one of the named location. Named location. In which memory? Secondary memory. Secondary memory. It is one of the named location in secondary memory. Understood? Clarity is there or buttifying? In the secondary memory, D or E or C or something, I'm giving one name for future recognition purpose. It is one of the named location. Next, files always resides in where? Files always resides in where? Secondary memory. That is, of course, here I already written it. File names always present in which memory? Secondary memory. So whenever I use the word file, that will reside in which memory? Secondary memory. That is number one clarity. Number two, purpose of file. What is the purpose of file? To get the data persistency. What do you mean by data persistency? To store the data permanently. That is known as what? Data persistency. Online students, I hope you are following. Now I'm going to enter into the definition of file. So you go to the definition of file. Easy. Students, coming to the point of it. Take our diagrammatic representation once again. This is called non-persistent approach. And this is called one more thing called what? Persistent approach. Carefully try to listen more, all of you. So this is, before going to do programming, I should give you the clarity on programming area. This is my secondary approach, secondary memory. main memory here. Always this should be clear in your brain. Main memory. From the keyboard, students, this is my computer. So this is my keyboard, which I am entering from keyboard. About the student data I am entering. Student number, student name, marks I entered. Where can I store it in the main memory of the computer? Where can I store the data of the student here? In the form of objects. Everything stored in the form of objects. Objects resides in which memory? Objects are nothing but after all variables. Variables resides in where? Main memory only. So I'm taking one LST. Students, careful. In this LST, I'm having number, I'm having name, I'm having marks. I'm having marks. This is my data. Careful students. I'm reading the data from the keyboard and LST is here, which is containing my data, which is going to be stored in where? Secondary memory. Secondary memory. I decided to store this data because LST is an object, resides in main memory, which is present in which memory? Main memory, which is a temporary here. That is going to put it into where? That is going to put it into where? Secondary memory. In the secondary memory, what I will do? I will choose file name. What is my file name? stud.data. 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 In that place, whatever the object data is there, which I decided to store permanently. When you decided to store permanently in the persistence programming, I should remember the file name. That file name already said resides in which memory? Secondary memory. This data gets stored as what? N, RS, and next is called what? 4.5. This is called what here? One record we can call. Spell out. One record. Record. Like that, I will read second record also. While true, I kept it. While true, I will read second value 20 TR and 6.5. What is happening now? 20. I put 20 here. I put TR here. And I next is written what? 6.5. This is called what again? Record. Come on, next read the second data, third data, fourth data. Going on entering that records here or not? All the students who are taking an admission into 9 a.m., 9 a.m. data dot data I will write or not? 9 a.m. data dot data I will write it. I think you are following me. So I will write that data here, John Hunter, and the value is called 7.5, and this is called record. I will go on writing the data. Many values I am writing like this. Follow me, students. These are all comes under what? All the values which I read from keyboard enter into the object of main memory. That object is called volatile or temporary. That object data want to store permanently. I am using secondary memory in the form of what? Student.data, which is called what name? File name. File name. That file name is containing what here? Records. Are you following my point? Now tell me, what is the definition of file? A file is a collection of records. Inside the file, what is containing? Collection of records. Any file is containing collection of records. There are various names are there. First variety of the file is flat file we can call. Spell out flat file. Our Python program is also there in file only, but that is called what? Instructions are there, functions are present, global variables are present, class names are present. That is called language related file names. But we are talking about data related files. Data related files are called which one? First category, flat file, CSV file, JSON file. Like that, there are varieties of files are available. Are you following, students? What is the definition of file? Collection of records. Spell out. Good. Originally, record is present in where? Originally, records present in where? Object. Beginning, before becoming the record, that record is available in which memory? Main memory. In the form of what? Object. That is called a list, like this. It is available originally in the form of what? Object. That object data is a permanent. I stored into where? My file. A customer is coming to the bank to open an account. You written an application form given to the bank clerk. You will enter all the details. That is there in which memory? Main memory, which I want to store permanently. After saying everything, you will say confirm, create an account. That will be stored permanently in the memory or not? Which memory? Secondary memory. In the form of what? File name. Understood? Huh? When you take an admission, first time you appear for counseling, counseling is confirmed that you got an admission in one college, that your data stored permanently or not. Understand, students? So, records beginning available in the form of what? Object in main memory. That object data stored permanently in where? File. Secondary memory, no. File of secondary memory, you have to say. Only secondary memory directly it cannot store. You have to store it in secondary memory in the form of file. That's why records are stored in the files of secondary memory. That word you have to use always. Files of secondary memory. Spell out like that. So records are stored in files of secondary memory. Originally, records are called what? Objects. In which memory? Good. Object of main memory saved as a record in the file of secondary memory. That is called one type of transmission. One type of transmission. Another transmission. Some changes want to do it in the marks. What I will do? Get the record from file to which one again? Object. Which memory? Main memory. Do the changes there. Again, do the changes updated once again to the file or not? So, object is becoming what? Object is becoming what? Record. Record is becoming what? Object. Object is becoming record. Record is becoming what? Object. This is known as what? Stream we can call. This is known as what? Stream. Spell out. Stream. What is a stream? The flow of data between object of main memory to the file of secondary memory is called a stream. Stream and a flow. Flow of data between main memory to secondary memory is called a stream, but it is technical English. But the flow between what? Object of main memory to the file of secondary memory is called what? Stream. And I'm talking towards programming only. So I think you are getting it. Two definitions. Definition of file. What is the definition of file? File is a collection of records. What is a stream? The flow of data between objects of main memory and the files of secondary memory is called what? Stream. Will you remember? Right. So this point is clear. Online students, is it clear for everybody? Now coming to my example, what is the definition of file? Come on. Collection of records. Collection of records is called what? File. What is the file name? It is one of the named location in secondary memory. What is the where is the file resides? Resides in secondary memory. Purpose of file is what? To get data persistency. You know meaning of data persistency, right? Good. Definition of file. Collection of. Good. Next is called what? Definition of what? Stream. Flow of flow of flow of data between objects of main memory into the files of between objects of main memory and files of secondary memory. Secondary memory is known as what? Stream. If you go for it, see students, object becomes what? Object becomes what? Record. This is known as what? Main memory to which memory? Secondary memory. This is one now. Next is called what? Record becomes object. From where? Secondary memory to main memory. Is it a flow between both of them or not? As that is known as what? Stream. Very important. Because this wording is important and coding is easy. Because once a concept is clear, coding is dead easy. Concept don't know, programming you cannot do it. Okay, students, online students. Now I will move to the further. For you, I'm going to take about. Please read out all of you. Carefully read out. Data persistency by using files of Python. Come on, ma, read. Definition of file. A file is a collection of records. File resides in secondary memory. Secondary memory is nothing but hard disk. Technically, file name is considered as a named location in secondary memory. Purpose of files is that to get data persistency, all objects data of main memory becomes records in the file of secondary memory, and records of file of secondary memory becomes the objects in main memory. Definition of what? Stream. The flow of data between objects of main memory and files of secondary memory is called stream. Is called stream. Are you able to follow? This is the data persistency terminology by using files. I hope it is clear. Right. One small diagram I want to show you, students. Small diagram. Of course, already you know. Just I want to take up. Look at. Come on. Understand perfectly. Keyboard, reading the data, input function, stored in where? Data stored in where? Main memory. In the form of what? Objects. Processing the data. Results shown on the monitor by using printer. This box is called what? Non-persistent. Very good. Such a non-persistent applications results are temporary. That results want to store permanently into files or in where database in secondary memory. We call it as what? Persistent application. As on today, everybody will accept the data. They'll store permanently or not. When you go to the shopping malls, they're taking your mobile number and all. So after going to office, they will store your numbers permanently. The telecallers will call or not. So that is nothing but what? For marketing purpose. For different purposes, data is important. Getting my point? Well, students, now I'll move to the further. One more small diagram I want to show you, students. Here I am going to take up one more thing you see. Here I am going to take up object. Object present in where? Main memory. Objects stored in where? Main memory. Stored permanently in the form of file name, named location in which memory? So it is going to contain what? One record, another record, another record. Like that, multiple records are going to be available. So collection of records are going to comes under what here? File. All these records are coming from where? Main memory to the secondary memory. So file is defined as what? Collection of records. Come to this place. Come on, start with the data of object of main memory becomes record in the file of secondary memory, and the records of secondary memory becomes as object in main memory. We call it as what? Stream. Understood? How? Good. Come to students. Now I am going to take up Naresh. For example, taking photos and being stored in the files in our phone. That is a persistent save. That's correct. So coming to the point back, now I'll move to this further. Clear up? So anytime if you see a kind of application, you have to see in two layers in your brain. One is main memory, secondary memory. Main memory data, temporary. Secondary memory data, permanent. In secondary memory, what approach? Files. Next what? Database. So that clarity is required. Generally, when you are learning C programming, what is main memory you don't know, what is secondary memory you don't know, what is the file you don't know. Somehow files is completed. Finally, your file is closed. Understood? So clarity is there. Objects resides in. Come on, fill in the blanks. Start all of you. Objects resides in main memory. Objects data temporary. Objects data resides in main memory, which is temporary. To store the object data permanently, I need to go for what? Secondary memory in the form of. So I need to take the file name in the secondary memory. So file is a definition of file definition is collection of records. Clear? Right. So here, what is file name? File name resides in definition of file, purpose of file, definition of stream. Non-persistent application, persistent application, whose purpose and things. Okay now? Right. Shall I move to the further? Yes. What is the difference between flat file and a language file? Language file contains instructions in the form of global variables, in the form of functions, in the form of class names. But flat files contains what? Data in the form of what? Records. Clarity is there? Well, coming to the point of it, now I'm going to move to the further. Online students, carefully try to follow. Now I'm entering into the most important thing, operations on files. Operations on files, I want to go for it. Slowly, I'm coming to the subject, coding level. Operations on files. Come on. First, when you read the data from the keyboard, where it is entered? Hmm. Whenever I read the data from the keyboard, where is the data entered? Main memory. Day one also I said, today I'm connecting to that and I'm moving forward. Anytime if you read the data from keyboard, coming to which memory? Main memory. Main memory data is stored in the form of objects and it is temporary. Good. Now I want to save temporary data of main memory into the file of which memory? That is known as what? Write operation. What operation? Write operation. First operation I'm going to take up. What is write operation? First of all, you need to have the complete picture in your brain. Suppose I'm explaining in the class where it is entered into your brain. I will say what next? Write the notes now. Golden days. What do you do? You will open the notes and what do you do? You will write what is there in your brain. Correct or not? So I'm transferring your brain data into the notes. That means you are transferring brain data into the notes means you are writing the data. That is what operation? Write operation. Which operation? So number one operation you do on files is write operation. What is the use of write operation? Tell me. It saves or transfers object data of main memory into the file of secondary memory. That is the purpose of each operation. Yes. Solid examples, solid definitions. So it 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 saves or what is this? Transfers the temporary data or what data? Object data of which memory? Main memory into where? Hmm. File of secondary memory. See students, I already said again doing mistake. Secondary memory కాదని చెప్పాను మళ్ళీ అదే చెప్తారు ఎందుకు? Which data? Temporary data or object data of main memory into the file of which memory? Secondary memory. What is that? What is that? Who will do that? Which operation? Write operation. Sir, what are the steps, sir? What are the steps to be done in that? What are the steps to be done in that? What are the exceptions occurring in that? Exceptions already over or not over? Completed, huh? Exceptions will come daily. Models will come daily. Everything will be carried forwarded. Tell me, what is the first step, sir? First step I am going to do. Step number one, step number two, step number three. I want to do it. Step number one, tell me, all of you. Step number one, need to tell. Everybody need to tell. Hmm. Step number two, what is my operation? What is the right operation? It saves or transfers the temporary data, object data of main memory into the file of secondary memory. Is called what operation? What is the step number one? To write the data, to write the notes by yourself in the brain from notes. What is the first step you are doing? Forget about everything. Why that confusion? I'm saying write the notes. Write the notes. What you will do first step? Hmm? Open the. Very good. Good. Good answer. Tell me. Correct మీరు చెప్పింది. Come on. Open the notes. Notes is nothing but what? File name. File name. What is that now? Open the notes. So next what you will do? You opened it. Next, write the notes. First line, second line, third line, etc. That is called what? Perform cycle of which operations? Write operations. First line, second line, third line. I will go on writing it until my data is over. Right or not? Step number one. Open the notes. Okay. Before opening the notes, what you will do? Oh? Before opening the notes, what you will do? You will take the notes or not? Take the notes. That is called what is this now? Choose the notes. That is nothing but you have Telugu notebook, English notebook, Hindi notebook, science notebook. So many files are there in your bag. Your bag is called hard disk. Which notes I will choose? Python notes I will choose. Whichever notes I want, I will choose. And that notes I'll open in which mode? Open the notes in which mode? Write mode. How many modes are there? 8 modes are there. R mode, that is the read mode, W mode, write mode, A mode, append mode, R plus. చెప్పలేరు అది ఎందుకని? Because our people are only suitable for RW mode only. We will tell about R plus, W plus, A plus, X plus. Totally how many modes? 8. Tell me, spell out all of you. R, W, A. దానికి ప్లస్ R plus, W plus, A plus, X plus. These are called what? File opening modes. Modes కాదు. File opening modes. Spell out. How many? 8. Spell out. R, W, A, R plus, W plus, A plus, X plus. Okay? Right. Yesterday, one girl in my 11 o'clock, she came and tried in front of me. Why? Sir, I'm not at all remembering, sir, what to do, sir. Whatever you are explaining, I'm understanding, sir. Once if I get down the steps, I'm forgetting everything, sir. Sir, what to do, sir? She's crying because I also got tears from my eyes because when the girl, she's saying, sir, because I'm from very financially I'm low, sir. I want to do jobs, sir, but I'm forgetting, sir, what to do, sir. She's saying. Is it a problem only with that girl? Huh? Is it everyone? Yes. The boys are reacting more now. It is everyone. Am I correct, girls? So even when that girl did now, I said, even myself also felt very much. I thought even night time also, how to make that girl wonderful. She's saying, no girl came and said like this so far in my 28 years of experience. She came after everybody went off, after seeing I am only alone here. And she said, after everybody went off, she felt that she is only not remembering. I said to her, see ma, it is not your problem. You ask any girl, are you remembering what Sari is saying? They may remember for 6-7 hours. Next day after 10 days, they will forget. Why? Not reading properly. Suppose only one thing you question, why Sari is remembering, why I am forgetting? Difference ఏంటి తేడా ఏంటి సార్కు నాకు తేడా ఏంటి ఫస్ట్ అది క్వశ్చన్ చేయాలి సార్కు ఒక 2 ears are there, 2 eyes are there, one nose is there, you also having the same thing. Why Sar is remembering, why Sar is not remembering? Suppose you take one more, you are electronic student, I am a CSC student, you are remembering your electronic subject, Sar will not remember that. Why? Whichever domain you want to become expert, that domain you have to remember. Yes or no? So first of all, interest is important. Interest. Early morning, 5 o'clock wake up means you have to wake up, that's all. No, 5 minutes rest. Again keeping alarm, 5 minutes, snooze that option, again sleeping. Again ringing 5 minutes. No, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. 12 into 5, 1 hour gone. That is called lazy. It is a universal problem or not? Are you forgetting girls? చెప్పండి అమ్మా, చెప్పండి. మళ్ళీ మీరు ఏడుస్తున్నారా? వాళ్ళ అమ్మ ఎందుకు ఏడ్చింది? నాకు చాలా బాధ అనిపించింది. ఐ ఫెల్ట్ వెరీ మచ్ డిసప్పాయింటెడ్. సో నోబడీ ఈస్ రిచ్ ఇన్ ద హియర్. ఆల్ ఆర్ పూర్ ఓన్లీ ఎక్సెప్ట్ పొలిటీషియన్స్. Politicians are rich. Why? Unworking money all of a sudden is coming. But we need to work hard or not. So take care by yourself. Read well. That's what I'm saying. Day one onwards. Read, write the notes, practice immediately. I asked that girl, Seema, are you writing notes? She's saying, no, sir. For every 3 days once I will write, sir. 3 days once, if you write, how much bigger notes it will become, ma? Will you get interest of writing that big notes? If you write daily notes, practicing and reading and memorizing, why don't you remember? Compulsory you will remember. So in our place, first of all, you have to rectify our problems. Number one, lazy. Number two, commitment towards the subject. These two are there, you will flourish like anything. ఏడ్చి మొత్తుకున్నా ఏం రాదు. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు వర్క్ హార్డ్. కరెక్ట్ ఆర్ నాట్? So if I want to do certain thing, I have to plan it out first. What to do to become an expert? Your heart will say what it says. Read, write, practice. These three are pillars for your life to flourish. Even though I said her, she's saying, okay, sir, I will do from today. I said to her, I give an open offer to her. Okay, ma, whatever has happened, forget about it. Attend my fresh class onwards. First class onwards. You try to implement this. But she is feeling that, sir, though people may feel that I am attending once again. How the new people knows that you are attending again? Negative thinking. How they will know? Is it a college? Second year student knows to first year. Second year student is coming to first year. Backlogs are there. That's why he's coming. Is it there anything like that? It's not like that here, na? So first, negative thinking eliminate. Number two, read well, practice well, memorize what you practiced it, so that you can remember. And the fourth note is stop using mobiles for a long time. Okay, now. So main killer of your forgetting is mobile screen time. Your screen time is more than the notes time. That is the main problem. So I did not tell her your screen time is more than the notes time, because the girl is crying me. If I say this again, she will cry bigger, means problem will come. So that's why I did not say. If boy is crying, means I will still make him to cry still more. Right? So to come to the point of it, students, girls, don't feel like that, ma. Always try to be sportive. Still you have that weak mind. Leave the software. Leave the software. Relax it for 6 months. Learn something. Whatever the field you like it, you settle down. మీకు అలా ఉండదు. You will not have that opportunity. You have to learn compulsory. నేను ఏడుస్తా చేస్తానంటే కుదరదు. Not possible for you. I'll cry, sir. It will come something. Not possible. You have to do it. Okay now. Come on, start with. So, who is this? Rohit Kumar. Sir, what you are explaining is very good and understanding, but we are not able to do the questions that are in the question bank. So, why don't you please explain daily 2 to 3 questions that are in the bank, which will improve our programming and logic building skills? See, those things, if you put loops, conditionals very well, you will solve it. Even I am ready to upload the solutions also for that. I have already ready. And అన్ని అప్లోడ్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాను ఒకసారి. I want to upload all the questions and answers. But you can do it. And that questions which I said, which are very easy, if you put your brain, if we use our loops and all, they are all called what? Short description of our hacker ranking related things. And took a lot of strain to put that entire things in the format of questioning. I prepared for months together. I prepared that many questions. Even answers also ready. At 1 minute only to put the answers. But if I put the answers and everything, the mission will not work. Which will become stuck. Okay now, Rohit Kumar. So come to the point of it. Okay now. So don't disappoint in your life. Just to do your work properly and you will get everything done. So now come to the point. Write operation. It saves or transfer the temporary data or object data, main memory of file into which memory? Secondary memory. And whenever I look at the girl today, whether I am able to control my tears or not, I don't know. Because when she's crying means I also got not felt well. Boy is crying means no problem for me. Nothing will happen. When she felt that means got some little emotions. Okay, students, come to this place now. Here I'm going to get it. Exceptions. What exceptions will come here? Number one exception is that you least bother about it. Number one is called IO exception. Number two is going to get it what? File exist error, file exist error. Number three, you will get it OS error, OS error. These are the errors resulted in which operation? Write operation. Are you able to follow me? So tell me, what are the exceptions are coming? Exceptions means what? While I am performing write operation, some sort of disturbances happening in writing the data. While I am doing the division, what is the disturbance is coming? Denominator may be zero or not. That is called which error? Zero division error. Like that, while I am writing the data to the file, some sort of errors will take place. Those errors are something like this. I will explain them. Don't worry about this now. First of all, are you following me? What is the use of write operation? Write operation says that, write operations says that this is called main memory. This is the data present. That data is stored in, that data stored in file of which memory? What is this operation called? How many steps are there? Three steps. So three steps are there and some exceptions also. Okay. File is containing my data or not? File is containing my data. Now I want to do what? Get the file data into which memory? Main memory. Get the data from secondary memory to where? Get the data from file of secondary memory to which memory? Main memory. Where I need to perform which operation? Read operation. Come to general example. You have written your brain data to the notes. After 1 month or 2 months, you have some interview is there. What you will do? Directly go to interview. What you will do? Read. What is the read operation? Read operation is doing what, ma? What is the read operation is doing? Second one is read operation. Read operation. What is the purpose of read operation? Transfers which data? Transfers which data? Transfers which data? Or what? Read the records. Records from the file of which memory? Secondary memory into the object of main memory is called what? Okay. How many steps are there, students? How many steps are there, students? Number one. Come on. Number two. Number three. What you have done? Right operation. Choose the nodes. Open the nodes in where? Nodes means what name here? Choose the file name. Open the file name in where? Write mode. Perform the cycle of operations. Write operations or not? Similarly, read operation. Come on, students. Choose the okay. File name resides in where? Secondary memory, main memory. తప్పు చెప్తారు మళ్ళీ ఏడుస్తారు మళ్ళా ఫైల్ నేమ్ రిసైడ్స్ ఇన్ వేర్ నేను అందుకనే ఐ కంప్లీటెడ్ వొకాబులరీ ఫైల్స్ రిసైడ్స్ ఇన్ వేర్? సెకండరీ మెమరీ. నేను అవన్నీ ఎందుకు చెప్పాను? తప్పు చెప్పకుండా ఉండడానికి. మీరు ఆఫ్టర్ లెర్నింగ్ ఇఫ్ యూ సే రాంగ్, వాట్ టు డూ స్టూడెంట్స్? ఇంకా ఏడ్చక ఏం చేస్తారు? హ్మ్. నేనది గట్టిగా చెప్పాననుకో మళ్ళా ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఏడుస్తారు. మీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ గురించి కాదు. నేను అన్నదానికి ఏడుస్తారు మళ్ళా. కమ్ ఆన్, చూస్ ద ఫైల్ నేమ్. నెక్స్ట్, that file name what you are taking, the notes which you are taking, opening in which mode? Read mode. So, open the file name, open the file name in which mode? Read mode. Good, read mode. Okay, you opened in read mode. I will read first line, second line, third line, fourth line, first page, second page, third page, until cover page is taking place or not. Perform, perform cycle of read operation. Perform cycle of read operations until end of file is taking place. What is the exceptions taking now? Number one is called what? File not found error. File not found error. Spell out. When you will get file not found error, I am choosing the file name. Unfortunately, that file name is not there in the secondary memory. You will get what error? Yes. Second one is called what? EOF error. Spell out. I am having 10 records, 5 records, 6th record, 7th record, 10 records I read. 11th record I am trying to read, which is not there. You will get which error? EOF error. Did you understand? How many operations you do on the file? Two. One is write operation, read operation. First time even you went to the bank to open an account, which operation? Write operation. Okay. Next day you are going for depositing, get the account number they will enter, get your data or not, and they will enter the deposit amount. Again, they will save your balance updated or not. What that is called? Reading the data, modify it, and again keep the modified data in the file. Read and write operations are continuous operations in files. How many operations? Two. Number one, write operation, read operation. Write operation directions are what? Main memory to secondary memory. Read operation directions are what? Secondary memory to main memory. This is clear means you will do everything perfect. చాలా important, most important. Online students, is it clear, ma? Is it clear? Quick, everybody need to say. Come on, ma, read out operations on files. On the files, we can perform two types of operations. They are write operation, read operation. Write operation. What is the write operation? Read out. The purpose of write operation is that to transfer or save object data of main memory as record in the file of secondary memory. Steps: choose the file name, open the file name in write mode, perform cycle of write operation. While we are performing write operation, we get the following exceptions: IO error, OS error, file exist error. That errors I will explain to you right now. Don't worry. I'll give you clarity. Next what? Read operation. Purpose of read operation is that to transfer or read the record from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory. Steps: choose the file name, open the file name in read mode, perform cycle of read operations. While performing read operation, we get the following exceptions: file not found error, EOF error. Able to follow me? These are operations on what? Files. Lost. అప్పుడు చదివేస్తున్నావు బ్యాగ్ లై ఏమో అంత తొందర ఏమి పరిగెత్తాలా బయట. How many operations on files? Two operations. Number one, silence. Good. Tell me. గట్టిగా చెప్పాలి. నాకు మైక్ ఉంది నా దగ్గర, పంపిస్తా ఇప్పుడు. మైక్ ఈస్ దేర్. నెంబర్ వన్, నువ్వు నాకు 45 minutes నుంచి తేడా కనిపిస్తున్నావు. యు ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ 45 minutes ఆన్వర్డ్స్. కాన్ ఫస్ట్ ఆపరేషన్. ఫస్ట్ ఆపరేషన్ Right operation. Good. Second operation, read operation. What you will do in right operation? Subheading బానే ఉంది. Right operation, read operation. Right operation, what you will do? Purpose of right operation. Hmm. What is the purpose? Why do you use right operation? అందుకని జాగ్రత్త వినాలి క్లాస్. కూర్చో. ఉక్కుది బయటికి, బ్యాగ్లో నుంచి బయటిది అది. మొత్తం ప్యాక్ చేసి పెట్టుకున్నాం జంప్ అవ్వడానికి ఇక్కడ నుంచి. ఆ, కూర్చో, చక్కగా కూర్చో. How many operations? Two. One is right operation, read operation. What is the use of right operation? To transfer the object data from main memory to the file of secondary memory. Steps, three. Next is called what? Read. Read will get the record from the file of secondary memory into object of main memory. Steps are three. These things are very, very important. Okay now? So first improve your subject, memorize and do the things. This I will post to you. Next, if you look at the index, up to here I said, up to here. So first day, concept is clear. Next, I will enter into the coding level tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Saturday, kada? Saturday. Don't go to underground, okay? మీరు అండర్ గ్రౌండ్కి వెళ్తే మీరు అక్కడే ఉంటారు. బీ కేర్ఫుల్. డోంట్ గో టు అండర్ గ్రౌండ్. కమ్ టు ద క్లాస్. Students, be careful. Don't miss it. Because I'm going to discuss tomorrow these two, those two. That will take a lot of time. What is the meaning of modes? How to open it? What is auto closability? So much of thing we'll be discussing. Okay, now don't miss the class. Very important. Thank you. Carry on. Online students, if any doubts are there, you hold on. I'll clarify. Online students, any more doubts? Who is that? Naik. Sir, DSA in Python, teaching by you or not? DSA in Python is a separate batch, ma. Separate batch. Separate batch. That is, you try to get the information from the counseling. Deepa, sir, for database, which batch should we join? Try to join because you have a full stack Python. In full stack Python, MongoDB is there, Oracle, MySQL is there. In that batch, when it starts, you try to join. Right, Rakesh. Sir, if time is available, can you please show the process of downloading and setup MySQL? See, mom, downloading Oracle and MySQL will take lot of time. Especially Oracle installation will take lot of time because I'm not a Oracle faculty here. Take care. I will give the links for you in 1 or 2 days. Oracle YouTube link, MySQL YouTube link I will give. You try to follow that. You will download easily because Oracle download process installing will take lot of time. So because we cannot wait that much time in the classroom. So try to take care. I'll give the links for you tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, students, take care. Don't miss it. Tomorrow class. Thank you. All the best.